holy shit, talk about disappointing. Easily my most disappointing game of 2022. It burns a $70 hole in your wallet, but after my 50 hours, I wouldn't have spent more than 20, maybe closer to 10. But what's wrong with it? Well, let's get into it. How to fix Gotham Knights. First off, let's start with gameplay. You can see the Arkham influence here. It's melee combined with ranged gadgets, but it never really feels good, you know? I believe this is due to its structure. For example, you can be interrupted out of a takedown. Why? At first I thought it was just a frustrating oversight, until I reached a point in the skill tree. A perk that allows takedowns to no longer be interrupted. What? Are you fucking kidding me? You make me burn a perk point to negate shitty combat design choices? And considering I'll never be able to unlock every ability until New Game Plus, this is even more bullshit to have to pick and choose this way. So, first fix. Fully flesh out the combat from the beginning. This will let the developers truly flesh out each of the characters and make them truly unique. Because right now, they all feel about the same. Okay, let's talk about the open world. It sucks. One of the most lifeless and boring ones I've ever encountered. Gotham looks nice, but everything is so basic, from side missions to layout. I don't believe I can think of a game where I used fast travel more. Because just getting around the city is boring on the motorcycle or with the stupid abilities you have to unlock after doing like 30 fucking crime missions. It's all just such a huge grind in a world that's uninteresting. It would be easy to say improve your side missions, but I have something else in mind. But it ties into the next problem. Story. Story-wise, Gotham Knights is meh. However, I did really enjoy the idea of how the story was doled out. You'd go out on nightly patrols to gather intel on crimes and, more importantly, story missions. It's actually a really cool system. However, there's just a bit too much grind here, and they become tedious, you know? But the idea is good. The problem comes with the story missions being boring and tedious and basic in structure. Which is a shame, because the premise is good. Batman dies, and there's a conspiracy to uncover around his death. On top of which, each of the Gotham Knights will learn what it takes to step into the Dark Knight's shoes. It's a good idea, but the problem is the story's just meh, though, right? That's because the story is built around playing any of the 4 characters at any time. Wrong! The fix? Design the story missions around particular characters. Some characters already do better in certain missions than others. Red Hood fucks up Man-Bat, but Batgirl can barely handle that shit. So, let's just lean further into that design decision. Design missions around the characters and leave nightly patrols up to the player to pick and choose which hero to use. This will allow writing to be more focused for story missions and to have more boom! Boom! All of this culminates into the game's biggest problem. It's just not fun. There's a shitload of grind with mediocre combat, a boring open world. None of this is bad, but none of it is good. The game just feels like it's desperately trying to be Tom Clancy's The Division Gotham Edition. The side missions, the structure, the grind, the gear, which, by the way, does nothing but increase stats and power. Boring, all of it. Which comes to the biggest fix. The game has a huge identity crisis. It wants to be Tom Clancy's The Division, but they don't have the good combat to justify the grind. It wants to be the Arkham Asylum games, but it doesn't have the story or utilize the Batman lore correctly. It doesn't have the writing. So to fix this, drop all of the 30 hours plus of grind. Chop that shit in half. Also, make the grind a little more unique. Instead of doing the same mission every time, utilize the gadgets, combat, and stealth that each character possesses to create more immersive side activity. But also, just a lot less of that side activity. Then, make your story missions more impactful, more character-centric. There are a couple in there, like the Harley Prison Break, but less than 5 in a 50-plus hour game. Hopefully all of this makes the open world just less shitty. This is the blueprint. You do these things and you have a game I want to play and not just an even shittier Avengers game. I can't believe those words came out of my mouth. This game is shittier than the Avengers game. Fix that shit.